Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday, the 17th of October 2023. In today's Millwall news, we have this from the southwarknews.co.uk. It will be a bit of a miss. Jake Cooper reacts to Ryan Leonard's injury and praises role model Wes Harding as he evaluates defensive teammates at Millwall. Gary Rowett has struggled to field a settled defence for weeks due to injuries. Jake Cooper admits Ryan Leonard's absence will be a bit of a miss as another Millwall defender fell to injury. Leonard has joined Sean Hutchinson on the injury list after picking up a knee issue that will rule him out for a few weeks, including Saturday's trip to Preston North End. It's a huge blow to the Lions after Leonard began the season strongly, excelling at playing in the back three and bringing the ball forward. Cooper, who has often played alongside the 31-year-old in defence, says he will miss his teammate, who he rates very highly. The centre-back told News at 10. Lenny's been brilliant. He's been a great addition coming in at the start of the season. He had a few injuries last year, so we missed him. So it's great to have him back and playing really well. His physicality is right at the top in terms of players in the Championship. He's probably up there with the best players with his speed and strength and endurance. It will be a bit of a miss. Hopefully it won't be for too long and we can get him back playing the way he's been playing at the start of the season. On the bright side, Wes Harding has quickly adapted after winning a place in the starting lineup. Cooper lavished his new teammate with praise for his abilities both on and off the pitch. He said, Wes waited his time, but he's been a great sign in terms of mentality for the boys. He's a great role model for some of the younger guys that are coming through. And he's just one of the nicest human beings you can meet, yeah. He's a great person to have around, and I'm really pleased that he's playing well and he's been a good addition. Again, great physicality, good speed and strength. So he's been a great addition to the back line. So hopefully he can keep performing the way he has. And that's all she wrote. There you go, short and sweet. Also from the southwarknews.co.uk, we have this. Selection. We 4 days away, 5 days away from the game on Saturday morning. Who will be playing up front? So massive injury problems, lots of players missing. So Aidomo Maku, Ryan Longman or Zion Fleming. Millwall boss on striking options with Watmore and Nisbet out. Out and out strikers are in short supply due to injuries, leaving Gary Rowett with decisions to make on who starts up front against Preston. Gary Rowett has outlined his striking options for the weekend after injuries left him short on bodies up front. Hamstring issues picked up before the international break for Kevin Nisbet and Duncan Watmore has left Tom Bradshaw as Mill's main attacking option up front. But with the Lions often fielding two strikers this season, attention has turned to who might partner Bradshaw against Preston North End on Saturday afternoon. Aidomo Maku has put himself in the running after a handful of impressive appearances off the bench, including the last game against Hull City where he almost snatched a last-minute winner. Meanwhile, other players like Ryan Longman and Zion Fleming, who primarily play in different positions, are also potential options who could fill the void in attack. Asked whether England U19 could have a chance of starting his first game for the club, Rowett said, I think if you're a striker at the moment, you'll be rubbing your hands together. Tom Bradshaw's away on international duty, and we've got other players who can play there that we've spoken about before. Ryan Longman has played up there quite a lot for other clubs. Zion can play up there quite easily, as we've had quite a number of attacking midfielders, but certainly Aidomo is in a good position. He's been impacting games quite well. He will start a game and get an opportunity, and whether that's this weekend or another weekend, people will have to wait and see. But he's definitely in contention. So I'm guessing that means he won't be starting. I think we'll probably just play one up front. It's an away game. So I think that's what we're going to be doing. One up front. Now, moving on to this. Not that. Apparently they're selling coats. I don't know if you noticed. If you've ever been on the official site. Yeah, they're selling coats apparently. There's been an update. There's been a last-minute substitution. The evening with the Lions legends for this Thursday. David Ford has been swapped for Peter Sweeney. No mention of why. They don't even mention that that's happened. They say there's an update, and then they say it's Peter Sweeney, but they don't mention that it was supposed to be David Ford, and then they switched him out. Saville Community Trust is hosting an evening with three former Millwall players this October to raise crucial funds for the Lions Food Hub, taking place on Thursday the 19th of October in the Dens refurbished Harry's Bar. Hear from a trio of Millwall icons in Byron Webster, Tony Craig and Peter Sweeney. As well as listening to untold stories, attendees will be able to meet and greet the former Lions in a casual and friendly environment. Tickets are on sale now, priced at just £10 for all ages. The entry fee includes a meal of sausage and mash and onion gravy with a pay bar facilities also available. And the profits will go to the Lions Food Hub. The evening runs from 7 to 10 and you can still buy tickets. So yeah, it's kind of sad. David Ford, I like him. He's a good guy. Peter Sweeney, not really a legend, is he? No offense, mate, but I mean, I would say it's legendary that some people feel that you wasted your talent, and you didn't fulfill your potential. That's legendary. But anyway, moving on. Now, been very busy this week watching England under-19s on some Montenegrin TV channel on YouTube. All of the games were live streamed on that, and I was watching them. Watching Romain Esse, and there was a game today, and it finished 0-0, and that means that England are knocked out, which this match report won't mention because this was written straight after the game, before the other game was played. So if we just scroll down, and you can see Romain Esse started, number 20, and he came off in the 57th minute. So there you go. So that was the what happened there. He played quite well, but yeah, not very clinical. The England team, not very clinical. Doing a lot of passing, doing a lot of keeping the ball, not really putting it into a dangerous position for someone to get on to the end of. They're really target man. It's kind of all they're playing three up front, but it's like a flat three, not really a triangle. So there's no point man to play off. So they're all trying to. No one's like really in charge. You know what I mean? Which probably explains why they only scored one goal, and that goal was scored by Romain Esse. So here we go. They're knocked out of qualifying. The tournament was in Northern Ireland next summer, so it's a shame that they're not going to be playing in that. Yeah, they're out. They're out. They can't get through. So there's another. The top two go through to another group where they play 3 games, and then I think they get the teams from that, or they might be playoffs off of that. But you can see England started off with a 0-0. They had a 1-0 against 1-1 against Wales, where Esse come off the bench and scored. He scored England's only goal in this competition. They only scored 1 goal. That was it. And then today's game against Austria, 0-0. Yes. So good defending, but not good up front. For the reasons I said earlier, but that's all she wrote. Today was a must-win game, and they didn't win it. Montenegro won 3-0, and they jump up. The only way England probably could have got away with that was a draw, but I think even then it wouldn't have been enough, because Montenegro would have been on 3 points. Someone would have been on. Wales would have been on 3 points. Montenegro would have been on. What were they? 2 points. So maybe because then Wales would have been on the same goal difference, I think. So it would have been to a tiebreaker. So yeah. What can you do? That's it. So now, Romain Esse, if he's playing for the England under-19s for the rest of this season, won't be playing any competitive games. I think if he goes up to under-20s, he could still play competitive games. But for the under-19s, I think it's just probably training camps and friendlies for now. So that's all she wrote, which is a shame because he was getting game time, which he's not getting at Millwall. So, and at a decent level, to be honest with you, even though it's an age-restricted game, it's an international age-restricted game, so it's a good level. Talking of players getting game time that aren't getting game time at Millwall, one Mr. George Saville. Now, Northern Ireland, they've been knocked out of this qualifying for quite some time. So I think what they were trying to do was bring in some younger players, probably to try and get them some experience at international level. And George Saville's been finding himself on the subs bench, not really playing. So they lost today 1-0 at home to Slovenia. Northern Ireland had the players sent off. But this is from WhoScored.com. It's the ratings of the players sorted by best to worst, and George Saville was the second best player for Northern Ireland today, despite coming off the bench in the 61st minute. Which is so the player who got sent off for them in 58 minute. There was a kind of tactical switch. You had to see two or three players going on in the 62nd minute. 5 minutes after that happened. And George Saville, I think he must have been playing up front because he's had the most shots for Northern Ireland. He had 19 touches of the ball, 2 aerials. He had 2 shots which were on target, and that's the most of the whole team. And you can see here that this doesn't look good. So you've got the other players who had shots was the left back, the right midfielder, and the DMC, and he's the one who got sent off. So the forwards, whoever that was today, looks like they didn't even have a shot, which is not good. Unless they weren't playing with Josh McGuinness played 45 minutes. 33-year-old Connor Washington. He's a forward, isn't he? So they didn't have a shot on target. They didn't even have a shot, let alone a shot on target. And you got Millwall's George Saville on 2 shots and 2 shots on target. Still didn't score, which is you see on social media the Northern Ireland fans moaning that like the day George Saville scores would be the day that hell freezes over. It's becoming a bit of a running joke that he gets himself in position to have decent shots, but just can't score. Just doesn't have that touch of luck. So yeah, it looks like he must have been playing further forward. And passing wise, he had 11 passes of the ball from 19 touches, 90.9 passing accuracy, 2 long balls, 2 accurate long balls. So there you go. That's not bad, is it? Coming off the bench, playing 30 minutes and getting the second highest rating for your team. I'm pretty sure that concludes it now. That's the international break done and dusted. The players are coming back to training probably tomorrow or the day after. And getting back involved with Millwall as we have a early morning Saturday game against Preston. So I imagine the players will have to go up there Friday. So we do hope that they are all fit and raring to go, the ones that are available. And we'll see what they can do up at Preston. So on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.